Hi guys, how are you doing? Hoping you're doing well, and welcome back to Lynn's Corner. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you turn on the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you can get notified about it. Today's topic is going to be a sensitive topic, a topic that I was supposed to hold a webinar for, but well, due to unavoidable circumstances, the webinar didn't come to be. So I've decided to bring it here to YouTube, which I think is best because many of you will get to watch it, and because it's on YouTube, you can rewatch it and also share and do all those amazing things. So make sure you stay tuned up to the end of the video so that you can learn on everything that I'm going to talk about. The of the day is dealing with breakups. Breakups are things, or it's something that I think each and every one of us have been through. It's not necessarily in a romantic relationship, but also when it comes to friendship. You know, sometimes you are friends with this specific someone who you had never seen the end of that friendship, but then it comes to be that you are no longer now friends, and it might be tough to deal with that. Or it might be this significant person you are poor, you had not seen the end of that relationship, but then the end is here, or the death is here. What do? You have to deal with that breakup, and that's why we are having this topic today. As usual, I am Lynn, and I'm a counseling psychologist. So let's get right into the video. So what do you do when you're in the valley of death? In the valley of death, this is the point or the phase where it's before that breakup really comes. You can feel it, you can see it coming, you can see all the red flags. They are no longer blue, they are now red and screaming in red. It's this phase where you can no longer take whatever was going on in that relationship anymore, whether it's a romantic or just a friendship. You can not take whatever is going on there anymore. So you are in the valley of death, quote unquote. That is what I've called the first phase, in the valley of death. When you're in the valley of death, what do you do? How do you deal with this valley? The number one thing is ask yourself what life is like for you in the inner circle. In the inner circle is you and this other person. Maybe before this person was treating you like royalty, this person was giving you all their attention. But now that you are in the valley of death, you can no longer stand this treatment that is being given. You can no longer, continue buying whatever they are selling. So you ask yourself, what is life like for me? This is something you have to ask yourself. Am I ready to continue putting up with this? Am I ready to continue, dealing with the same thing over and over again? If you can't decide to break up, ask yourself whether you're treated like royalty or the enemy. If you're the enemy, my friend, it's time to go. Because why would you choose to stay in an environment that is continuously hurting you, that is continuously making you lack sleep because you're crying every night, that is continuously making you, that is continuously putting you in a position where your daily life is being disrupted? Okay, that's the first thing to do. So ask yourself what life is like for you in the inner circle. The second thing is build a support network ahead of time. What's a support network? These are your friends, these are your family, these are the people who are close to you. Start opening up to your friends and family about what your relationship is really like. Before it was a bed of roses, but right now it's all the thorns that were plucked from those roses that you were sleeping on before. You're sleeping on those thorns right now. So you need to start opening up to your friends and your family about it. This will help you in rekindling friendships that you might have neglected due to shame or pain, or just you couldn't handle being friends with certain people and also being in a relationship with this other person. So you chose to leave the friendship. But now that the roses are no longer there, you need these people. You need these people because they're the people who will be there for you once things, fall, once the relationship is like totally over. You don't want to be alone in those nights when it's post the breakup immediately. So you build a support network. Let your friends and family help you in this, because these will be hard times. let them be there for you. The other thing is, start engaging in activities that you like, in things that bring joy to you, minus this other person. There are those things that you enjoy doing when you're in a relationship, but there are those things that are specifically for you, like things that are for me as Lynn, minus the other person. So start enjoying those things, the things that are for you, minus that other person. You want to start helping your brain to create new memories, minus this other person. So start engaging in those activities that are bringing you joy. Yeah, so the next phase, now after dealing in the valley of the shadow of death, now the breakup happens and everything. Now post the breakup phase, what do? Number one, find a comforting and supportive place to stay, maybe for the first few nights. The first few nights are the ones which will be really hard for you. So you'll need support in those nights when you're just crying, those nights when you're just being hit back by all the things that were happening in the relationship, left, right, and center. You'll need as much support as you can get. And at this point, the temptation to rebound is very strong. So you need your parents, you need maybe your siblings, your closest friends to help you control that urge to go for a rebound with this other person, with not the person that you've just recently broke up with. So find a comforting and supportive place to stay for the first few nights, if it's possible. If it's not possible for you, find a community with maybe like your friends, people to keep you up at night, people to keep you busy, people to keep you engaged, people to disrupt your mind from thinking about this other person. Okay, so the next thing is, get your attachment needs met in other way. How do you do this? Recruit support from the people closest to you and seek diversions. How do you seek diversions? Things like massage, getting plenty of exercises, eating comforting and healthy food. Do everything you can to help you quiet down your attachment needs. And attachment needs vary from one person to another. For me, it might be, I want to be on call with someone every time, because I was used to, when I was dating or when I was in a relationship with this someone, I'm always on call with them. So how do I quiet down my attachment needs? I get a friend, or maybe, just someone close to me that will be on call with me on those times when I used to be on call with this other person. Yeah. So do everything, every need that you felt this other person was fulfilling for you, fulfill it yourself with a person who's close to you. That way you'll be able to quiet down your attachment system, and your attachment needs will be met, because you can't just cut out things that you are used to do every day. Maybe you are used to, let me use calls again, you're used to calls every time. You can't just disrupt that from your system. Yes, it will go at some point, but it has to be gradual. So get a friend to help you manage whatever attachment needs you feel that you need them to continue to be met even after the breakup. The other thing is, if you're having a hard time, do not feel guilty. Remember, the pain is real. Being attached to someone and then this person is no longer there can't be easy. So remember that the pain is real. Friends might urge you to forget about your ex, to stop worrying about yourself, to move on quickly and all those things. But it's not easy, because you loved this person and this person is now no longer there. So the pain that you're feeling is real. Do not deny it. Be kind to yourself and find ways to pamper your body and soul. You would, if you had a broken leg. Imagine if maybe it's a leg that was broken. You will not be like continuously working on it, or kuitembeza and all those things. Right now, it's your heart that is broken, and someone telling you to move on quickly, it's like they want you to assume your heart is not broken. They just want you to go love another person. And this is what our friends will do, because they love us. They don't want to see you in that pain anymore. So they think that by telling quickly, it will be good for you. But then it might, but it might also not be good for you. Okay. So the other thing is, when you get flooded with positive memories, ask a close friend for a reality check. Have a reality check partner is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you're just seated and you think how this person used to treat you well, this person used to be nice, the relationship, had all these positive and good memories. But then if it were that positive, the two of you will not have broken up. See, so when you get flooded with those positive memories, the ones that will have you put your ex on a quick dial, uko tu hapo, acha nimpigie, maybe tutarudiana, vitu zitakuwa sawa. No, get a reality check friend, a person who you'll be like, nasikia kumpigia, we used to do this together, now I miss doing that. And the friend will be quick to tell you, but kama ingekuanga hivyo to the very end, the two of you will still be together. Yeah. So the next thing is deactivate. How do you deactivate? When you're flooded with these positive memories, counterattack them with the things that led you to breaking up in the first place. Try to help yourself recall the bad memories. Write those good memories down, and then write the bad things down, the bad moments down, and take a pick at the two, and like put them on a weighing scale. Which one outweighs the other? And by this, there might be situations that the good will outweigh the bad, but remember why you broke up at the first place. Be quick to put it like at the front of your mind that we broke up because of this and this. In as much as it was good, in as much as whatever, we broke up. Yeah. So the next thing is, no matter how much pain you're going through, it will pass. Most people recover very well from a broken heart and eventually move to greener pastures. Utapata, there was someone who was very heartbroken from, this relationship, but then they moved on, they found a better partner, someone who treated them better. Yeah, so there will always be greener pastures. I like to say that the sea is full of fish. There might be that one salmon that you wanted, but there are many other salmons, There will always be greener pastures, especially when it comes to breakup. Yeah. The other thing is, do not be ashamed if you slip up and go back to the scene of crime. By this I mean, if you find yourself like maybe you've called the ex, maybe you met with them, you decided to go on this date. Yeah. So do not feel bad, do not feel ashamed, do not like guilt trip yourself for going back to the scene of crime. Obviously, you're better off not reestablishing contact with your ex, but if you end up doing so, don't beat yourself up. It's very important to be compassionate with yourself, especially when you're going through a breakup. The worse you feel about yourself, the more you'll want to go back to the false safety of the bad relationship you are in. So do not beat yourself up. The other thing is, accept you are single. Hey, and this will be the hardest, accepting that you now no longer have, this significant person who was there in your life. Slowly tune yourself to accepting that you are single. The other thing is, commit to working on yourself. Do not, if a person left you at point A, if they look back in your life, let them not find you at point A. Let them find you at B. If they left you at 1, let them at least find you at a 5. Work on yourself. The other thing is, embrace the abundance mentality. I've just said that the sea will always be full of fish. Just cast your nets somewhere else. Embrace the abundance mentality. It's not just that one person. Kuna watu wengi. Yeah. The other thing is, focus on yourself. You are hurting at this moment, so give yourself treats, take yourself out, do things that re-energize you. And the last thing is, move on. Distance yourself from that person. You are better off without them if you broke up with them at the first place. And my concluding statement for this video will be, breakups are tough, but they can be transformative. Instead of dwelling on the past, focus on yourself and be the best version of yourself. Be a version of yourself that you are so proud of, that even if that ex looked back, he will want you back. But then you'll have upgraded. He will no longer be your type. Upgrade yourself to a point where your ex is no longer your type. So thank you for staying tuned up to the end of the video. I hope that you've learned on how to deal with breakups, and in future you will deal with breakups better. Make sure you share this video and make sure you comment down below on what you have learned. Which point has stood out for you? Let me know. See you on the next video. Bye bye, guys.